Hi community. Hey, I just really wanted to check in with everybody and just share and say hi. I've been offline for a couple of weeks. I've actually been really poorly. I don't know whether it's COVID-19 or something else, but I've been absolutely floored and have just felt it's actually been such a blessing. I guess when the whole thing broke out and everything was cancelled and I came home, I was like, okay, great, the universe, like the outside world is telling me to stop, so I'm going to do this and this and this at home. And I needed a real kick up the arse from inside, so this virus or whatever it was came into my body and just absolutely floored me. Started with like glass in the throat and then moving up into like the most painful sinuses in my face and then down into my lungs, and I got a really bad cough. And actually that night that it moved down into my lungs, I dreamt about my dad and I was just crying in my dreams and it's going, I miss you daddy so much. And I woke up and started coughing, and those 2 days I was like crying and just feeling into all of the beauty of existence and the sadness of loss, and just really feeling that amazing, like how incredible the body is, like the grief that obviously was in there in my lungs that was like moving out. And yeah, for those of you who don't know that it said that the grief like sits in the lungs, it's the place and I just feel it so strongly, that movement that's been happening. And although it's been really intense in my body and I'm still not well at all, like the whole left side of my face, I still have this like sinus thing going on, is like numb and into my teeth and my jaw. It's like quite painful actually. But like on another level, it's been like such an amazing blessing. I've actually had an incredible time with it, because it's just been like teaching me so much, forcing me to stop, like Susie, just stop. And yeah, the moment it arrived, the skies cleared and became blue, and so I spent a lot of time outside just lying on my little blow up mat, like I can't move, and my beautiful housemates banished me to my cabin in the woods and wouldn't let me in the house, and brought me food and medicines, and it's been a really amazing time. I've been absolutely dosed up with so many amazing things, herbs, and in fact in the post here I'm going to write all of the things that were really incredible support for me during this time. And what I really wanted to share was how deeply my being just dropped into this state of presence. And it was just, it's like my mind has been on the next thing to do, like on the to-do list, on the being productive, achieving something for so long. It just goes on and on and on. And it was just this, like the virus was just like pulling me into my body and just bringing me so vividly into the present moment. And suddenly it was like the wild garlic, the primroses, the owls, the deer, the squirrels, every single leaf in the garden was just like a miracle. And I actually really felt this sense of like, who am I behind my thoughts, basically my mind, blah blah blah, chattering on, doing this, telling me I'm this, identifying with that. And it just felt like I am this pure presence, and there's no division between me and the next thing, the wind, the trees, the leaves, the whatever the next thing is, the other people. And then it just ripples out all around the world. And I just felt, wow, I really don't need to be online doing another Zoom call to feel how connected I am to everything, that I am not an I am individual. I am part of this huge web of connectivity that we all are. We're all part of it. And I just feel like there's such a deep weight, like a shake up, you know, like a wake-up call to the earth, well, from the earth to us, like it's all the same actually. But just that feeling of actually putting the phone down, closing the laptop, and really coming into what's real, like what is actually the truth, you know, because I mean, it's beautiful, like right now connecting with you on Facebook here, like little bits, it's amazing, but actually it's not really reality. It's just that feeling of like really living, to be, and even if it's the most boring thing in the world. I mean, I've been so bored as well. I've had moments of being like, oh my god, I'm so bored, but actually just going, and this breath, what about this breath? Oh yeah, I can, like, this is an opportunity. Basically, this is what I've come to. This whole thing is, for me, it could feel like an opportunity to just scroll more and more through Facebook, or to do more and more online singing or dancing or whatever is being offered. But actually, it's really an opportunity to connect with what is real, this present moment, this body. And the more boring the better, actually, because it's like the real challenge in there, to really, really meet what is. And yeah, something that's really come to me also is like the world of opinions, you know, this opinion, that opinion, it's conspiracy theory, it's this government, like that, we should be doing this, we should be doing that. Like, oh my god, I don't want to have an opinion about it. I don't want to decide it's this or decide it's that. It's like, this is a mystery. Life is a mystery. Every living breath is an absolute miracle. And the whole thing is an absolute mystery, and I'm just curious to see how it unfolds. But I just basically don't get offended if I don't reply to a message about an opinion about something, about what's happening with the pandemic. Like, I'm more interested in the wild garlic and the primroses. And, you know, I mean, actually, having said that, today I really shed some very deep tears around the people that are really suffering from the tourism stopping, and the poverty, you know, the real poverty line, like the starvation. I've just been so feeling how intense, you know, single mum with 4 kids and no money coming in, and whatever the situations are, like, my heart just feels it so much. But how much use am I going into fear, going into panic, going into, oh my god, this and that? Like, I just feel like the most use I can be is to be centered and to feel alive and to be grateful. And then, well, I've been so ill I haven't been able to even walk up the lane, so when I'm better, maybe I get a antibody test and see if I have had the coronavirus, and be able to actually go out and assist and help. Anyway, I want to just share also, this book has been such a guide for me. I don't know whether it's the right way around or the wrong way around, this video. Anyway, it's Falling into Grace by Adyashanti, and this is a hardback, thank you Richard for the gift. But I've been listening to the audiobook, which is really, really amazing. I super duper recommend it. Also, something else that's amazing that's been happening is where I live, the Dartington estate where I live, we have a WhatsApp group which is just connecting everybody. And thank you Nick and Amy for the idea. They went out into their little cul-de-sac and just put a note through everyone's door saying, do you want to join this WhatsApp group? And then everyone can feel supported if they need something and not lonely. And so it's an amazing way, an amazing opportunity to get to know the you know, our local communities, really bringing it back in. So I'm going to share a song with you that I wrote when I was like so ridiculously ill I could hardly sit up, but I was just marvelling at the beauty of the garden. And isn't it weird that suddenly there's like blue skies, no aeroplane stripes in them, and the weather forecast keeps on saying tomorrow's going to be a blanket of grey, and I wake up and it's full sun, and I think there's definitely a link. Anyway, I'm not coming to any conclusions, don't have any opinions about it, but it's just interesting. I find it interesting that without any aeroplanes suddenly we have really beautiful weather. So yeah, I think, what's this song called? I think it's called I Am Life. So this came out of the illness, out of this time. And in the chorus, I'd love you to sing along. I'd so love you to sing along. So it's Om Namah Shivaya, and I've never written a song with Sanskrit words before. I haven't really been doing kirtan or bhajans. It's not really been my style of music to share, but I was just watching and picked up my guitar and it just went Om Namah Shivaya, like this exclamation of absolute amazement. And then I thought, well, I could replace it with some other words that maybe are more meaningful somehow to people who, you know, English people. And then I was like, this is how the song wants to be. So I'd love you to join in. I am a wave in this ocean of life, and there is nothing to control, always moving from darkness and back into light. Everything is part of me as I breathe in and breathe out. I am one with all. Om Namah Shivaya. I am life and life is me. Om Namah Shivaya. I am a wave and life is the sea. Om Namah Shivaya. There's nothing to control, it's all part of me. Om Namah Shivaya. I let myself admit that I don't know anything, opening up to be amazed just by looking. Can I let go of all I thought I knew? Let go of my ideas and become one with all. Om Namah Shivaya. I am life and life is me. Om Namah Shivaya. I am a wave and life is the sea. Om Namah Shivaya. There's nothing to control, it's all part of me. Om Namah Shivaya. And now I let go of the list of things I thought I needed to do, allowing it all to arise in natural flow, listening to this very moment as I breathe in and breathe out. I am one with all. Om Namah Shivaya. I am life and life is me. Om Namah Shivaya. I am a wave and life is the sea. Om Namah Shivaya. There's nothing to control, it's all part of me. Om Namah Shivaya. And underneath the image that I made of you and of me, the ripples that we make are dancing in the same sea. It is only phantom thoughts that divide us. We are falling into grace and we are one with all. Om Namah Shivaya. I am life and life is me. Om Namah Shivaya. I am a wave and life is the sea. Om Namah Shivaya. There's nothing to control, it's all part of me. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. to control, it's a part to me. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. I love you guys so much. So connected. We're all connected.